Now I'm gonna tell you why each team, why they would not be here.
So Gonzaga survived that game against Northwestern, but there was a non-goaltending call where
Gonzaga's Zach Williams
blocked Derek Pardon's shot. The problem is Collins poked his hands through the rim to block the shot, leading the NCAA to omit the officiating error with 4:54 left, and Gonzaga leading by 5, but the Wildcats on a run. The ensuing technical foul on Northwestern coach Chris Collins and 4-point swing turned momentum back Gonzaga's way, and the Bulldogs
have not looked back. South Carolina, the Gamecocks really haven't had a close call in this tournament.
They've been a better team in all 4 wins, including their upset of number 2 seed Duke.
The team may have winning this whole thing in the second round. Coming into the tournament, South Carolina
is a superb defensive team that at times could have trouble scoring. That has not been the case through 4 rounds, however, as the Gamecocks are scoring 1.2 point per
possession, a solid, if not great, number.
This probably needs to keep up, though their defense is certainly capable
of carrying the lead as it did, completely shutting down Baylor.
And to a large degree, Florida.
This one's easy for North Carolina. If Kentucky manages to defend Luke May in transition
after Malik Monk's game-tying phenomenal 3, we could easily be talking about John Calipari and the Wildcats as the lone blue blood in the Final Four. UNC has actually had 2 close calls as Arkansas pushed them to the limit in the second round, and even Butler threatened to make a late charge in the Sweet 16.
We haven't seen the best UNC can be yet, which is either scary or a source of optimism for Oregon. Howard Dorsey and Jordan Bell,
the latter of which has been truly remarkable. Dylan Brooks is the Pac-12 Player of the Year and has been solid, but there's no way Oregon is here without Dorsey and Bell.
The Ducks present matchup problems all over the floor of these 2 guys and Brooks.
What's up, my guys? I'm coming at you live with a March Madness Final Four preview, and as you already know, this is the One Shiny Moment song. So basically, I'm gonna talk about each team in every game, my prediction for who will win and those games and who will win it all. So basically, the first game we have Gonzaga versus South Carolina. They're favoring Gonzaga by 6.5 points. The game's at 6:09 p.m. So basically, South Carolina has been very efficient defensively, but as you all probably don't know, Gonzaga for most of the year has been ranked number 1 in overall defense. And the last time the games were played at University of Phoenix Stadium, the teams combined to shoot just 27% on 3-pointers over 3 West Region semifinals and final games. So if you fast forward 8 years, and Gonzaga and South Carolina have been 2 of the stingiest teams in the country when it comes to allowing 3-pointers. The Bulldogs rank 4th nationally in 3-point defense at 29.3%, while the Gamecocks rank 8th at 30.1%. So basically, it could be a long night from long range for both teams. Neither of them are known to be particularly strong 3-point artists. Another reason to think points might be in short supply I already said that. So basically, in that game, I have Gonzaga winning. I just don't see South Carolina advancing as a 7 seed. Gonzaga has been more efficient this year, only having 1 loss. Although Gonzaga has had a very easy road to get there, only beating a 16 seed, barely beating an 8 seed, barely beating a 4 seed, and then beating an 11 seed. I mean, it was a pretty easy road. But for the Gamecocks, they had to beat Marquette, Duke, Baylor, Florida. It wasn't easy for them. But I just have to give this one to the Bulldogs because, they've been very efficient this year. Alright, so next game, we have North Carolina versus Oregon at 8:49 p.m. They're favoring North Carolina by 5. But in this game, I think 3-pointers would come into play. Because of the four teams remaining, Oregon has both taken the most three-pointers in the NCAA tournament with 81 and made the highest percentage of them, 43.2%, up from the regular season average of 39.2%. Tyler Dorsey, known as Mr. March, has been phenomenal in his March Madness tournament so far, just making almost every three. But North Carolina, meanwhile, has been the biggest drop in three-point percentages out of the four remaining teams. The Tar Heels are just shooting 32.1% from three-point range in the tournament, down from 36.6% in the regular season. They only went 3 of 15 against Kentucky, as you all know. That was a heartbreaker from Kentucky. Congrats to Luke Mann, that shot. But so let's look at the road to get here, though. Oregon played Iona, Rhode Island, Michigan, and the hardest team of them all, Kansas. So I think the only hard team they actually had to play was Kansas, beating them, and that was really good. But the Tar Heels had a pretty hard road. Well, they played a 16 seed and then an 8 or 9 seed, but then they had to play Kentucky, and Kentucky was not easy for them. After De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk in foul trouble in the first half, it gave the Tar Heels an advantage for more points and better defensive efficiency. So I think if Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox were in the game for most of the and didn't have foul trouble, I think Kentucky would have won. But Oregon's opponents are just shooting 31.1% from three-point range this season. North Carolina holds the obvious edge in the big game experience, as the Tar Heels played for the national title last season, and it's the 9th Final Four for Coach Roy Williams. Congrats to him. And North Carolina is looking for revenge. But you can't discount an Oregon program that's played in 15 NCAA tournament games over the past 5 seasons. So I'm actually going to have to give this one to Oregon. So now my championship. We have Gonzaga versus Oregon. So we all know Gonzaga has been very efficient on defense, and Gonzaga has been very efficient on three-point game and offense. But I'm going to have to give this game to Gonzaga, because Gonzaga's not going to come all the way up here for nothing. William Goss, Karnowski, Williams, all those guys come up big for them for a win. But Oregon, you got guys like Jordan Bell, Tyler Dorsey, Dylan Brooks, Dylan Ennis. But they're missing a guy, Tyler Boucher, and I think that's going to be the game changer just because he's out. So I think the Gonzaga Bulldogs will be cutting down the nets this year.